Hi again, this is Off-Grid Motorhome Solutions, and in one of my earlier videos I explained that we had upgraded the standard battery that was in the motorhome to two 110 amp hour batteries fed from a split charge system and solar panel, and this was connected to an inverter. So these batteries are getting on for 3 years old now. They're actually still quite okay, but what I wanted to do was to upgrade them to AGM batteries with a CTEK battery to battery split charge system, which incorporates an MPPT controller in order to be a bit more up to date and see how it performs. And as we actually want to sell this equipment, we thought it would be a good idea if we actually put it all together so people could see what they were going to buy and how much it was all going to cost. So this system at the present time is about £220 worth of battery system. The batteries we're going to put in is more like 300 quid, so it's a little bit of a difference. They are much more performant, and this time, instead of putting them side by side like this, we're going to put one in the corner here and the other one pretty much where the one on the right is now. So we are restricted a little bit by the vents for the heater vents, so we can't do exactly what we want, but this will mean that I can put the inverter in place of the battery on the left and give us a little bit more room for storage things in this locker. So there we are, that's the plan, and we'll just pop outside and have a look through the locker entrance to show you how that is set up at the present time. So back to our sort of second part of this battery upgrade. We've got a twin 6mm cable coming round from the vehicle battery, which comes up to this voltage sensitive relay, and then this then goes from the sensitive relay through a 100 amp fuse and then goes off to the battery, and we've then got a 2000 watt sun power inverter, which then is connected to the battery bank. So we're going to get a new inverter. We're going to get a slightly, not a larger one, but a better quality one, and we're going to fit that as well. We're going to do away with this voltage sensitive relay. We're going to put a board up here. We're going to put a proper fuse box, and we're going to fit a CTEK. It's a B250 SE battery to battery charger. So this will take the power from the vehicle battery and from the solar, and it combines a split charger with an MPPT solar controller. So this is much more in keeping with AGM charging cycles, charging rates, and we will try and tidy this up a little bit more than it is at the present time. Okay, see you later. Okay, then carrying on from our little battery upgrade first video. So this is the space now, which has been completely cleared, all disconnected, and I've now disconnected the solar panel, and I did that before I disconnected the batteries. So we're going to remove this this PWR controller. I'm going to connect these solar wires together with a little junction box in order that we can utilize the cables that go down to the battery to connect again. and then the next job we're going to do now is to connect or to make up a board that the CTEK can fit on, and reroute a lot of the cables here so that we can go to a central fuse box. Okay, so here are the two batteries. I've actually tested them with my little battery tester. Here, this little battery tester, and they are actually reported as being fully charged and in good condition, so maybe we can utilize them for some other purpose. Okay, that's all for now. Hi there, this is Off-Grid Motorhome Solutions again, going on from our little battery upgrade. We've now removed all the other batteries. We've located the position that we want to put the new batteries in. I couldn't quite get them side by side, and so I've fixed some wooden blocks to the floor with some threaded rod, some wing nuts to secure them to the floor so that they can't move anywhere. And there we are. So that's all for now. Okay, so following on from the last little video about this battery upgrade, this is the CTEK B250 SE battery to battery charger. So this will enable us to charge the battery, the leisure battery, from the starter battery, and also connect the solar panel to this, as it has an incorporated controller. And then when the solar is working and the engine battery is off, it will charge the engine battery as well. So this is a 20 amp charger, so it will deliver 20 amps of charge in a stable way. It's a 4-stage charger which will maintain the battery's condition, and if we were fitting this to a larger battery bank that is over 300 amp hours, then there is an additional unit called a Smart Pass 120, which we would connect to this to boost the charge rate up to 120 amps. So this is not really necessary for our operation, and so there we are. So we're going to get this fitted now onto the board that I've just fitted, and then we'll begin to wire all this up. Hi there, Off-Grid Motorhome Solutions again. Right, we're in the middle of doing this battery upgrade, and we're beginning to wire things up. And I wanted to just mention that we're going to install a battery monitor. This is the Victron V700 battery monitor. This has a monitor that will enable us to get the battery state, the voltage, the capacity in amp hours, and we'll also be able to get the amps in and the amps out of the battery by pressing the various buttons. This comes complete with a bezel around the little monitor. We need to cut a 52mm hole in a panel somewhere to install it, and then the shunt, it comes with a shunt and a connection cable. So the shunt has to be connected to the neutral, the earth side of the battery, and then the positive side is fitted with a sensor lead. Okay, so that's what it is. It does cost a few bob. It's about 130 odd pounds. Seems a lot of money just to find out what the battery's doing, but if you really want to be off-grid and you depend on the state of your batteries, it's just as well to know what is going on, and you know, quite whether you need to be doing some charging up, or whether in fact your solar panels etc. are doing the job. It comes in a pack. At the back is a very good little wiring diagram, and it comes with a very comprehensive set of instructions. So there we are. We're going to have a go at fitting that, and I'm just going to begin to install the shunt now, and then later on I'll be cutting a hole and fitting the actual monitor. See you later. Hello again. So this is Off-Grid Motorhome Solutions on our final part of our battery upgrade. So we've now wired it all up. As you can see here, we've installed a couple of Lucas 125 amp AGM VRLA, it's valve regulated acid battery, and you know, as you can see, they're totally sealed. They fit in here quite nicely. I've connected them together in parallel. I've installed a battery isolator switch to isolate it from the rest of the system, and there we are. We've installed one of these CTEK battery sense, although at the moment I can't make much sense of it, but I'm sure with a bit of perseverance we will get there. And I've reinstalled the old 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. I'm waiting for a new one to arrive, and we will put that on test and see what that has to give. Okay, so we're going to go outside and have a look at the installation of the rest of it. So see you in a minute. Okay, so we're now outside of the van, and as you can see, we've installed the CTEK D250 SE battery to battery charger. I've installed a little fuse bank for all the different appliances in the van that are relevant to this. I've still got to label them up. We've installed the battery isolator switch, so it enables us to shut off the batteries if we need to. And we've installed also the shunt for the Victron 700 battery monitor. So the cable for that runs through there, and I've brought all my earth cables to a central point with a stud coming all the way through, and then this is connected down to the chassis of the van. So at the moment we've actually got 3 little lights showing, which shows the solar controller. The wire up on the top left hand side is the solar plus, which lights up a little yellow light saying the solar is charging the leisure battery, and the leisure battery is at the moment charging the vehicle battery, which is the connection on the bottom left hand side, and that is actually charging up the vehicle battery by the solar while it's actually at rest. So indeed, when you turn the engine on, these 3 lights will be on, because this time the point A, which is the vehicle battery, will be charging the leisure battery as well as, and the solar will be doing it at the same time, and the controller then controls the amount of voltage that needs to go to either one. So it's quite a clever bit of kit really. It's not cheap, it's about a couple of £100, and so there we are. So we've got a fuse going to the battery from the controller. This is the out terminal, and there we are. So that's pretty much it. You know, it probably is about a day's work to actually put all this together, one way and another. Wiring was never a very fast thing, and we've now got quite a lot of space left where we can store the hookup lead, etc., etc. So there we are. If anybody is interested, they can contact me on the website, and we can tailor this to your requirements. Okay, see you later. Hi there again. Okay, so this is the final little vid about our battery upgrade. So we've installed a Victron BMV 700 battery monitor, and it's quite a relatively straightforward thing, because once you've installed the shunt, which I showed you earlier, it is just a matter of drilling the right size hole and positioning it in the right place, and then running a cable down to where the shunt is. So it's pretty straightforward. So what it actually does, it gives you the voltage. So at the moment the solar panel is giving us 14 volts to the battery. The battery, you know, is they're relatively new, so that's pretty good. But it's not it is a nice sunny day, but it is the middle of winter. We can't expect to get maximum power, but the MPPT controller will kind of search and extract for the most optimum thing. If we press the plus button now and again, we've now got the capacity of the battery. So it is the state of charge, and that's 100% charged. And then we've got 0 amp hours actually going out, so everything's switched off. And then we've got 10 watts there, because I've got the TV on standby. The solar panel is actually only giving us barely 1 amp going into the battery, so that's to show that in winter there's got 200 watts of solar panel there, and it's barely giving us 1 amp. So this is to be taken into account when you actually want to be off grid, that you cannot expect to get a great deal of charge rate out of the thing. But nevertheless, it's getting the voltage through, it's keeping it topped up, and now we're back to our voltage. There are a number of other things that we can do with this. You have to read the instructions. It's quite a complex thing, and in fact you can link it up to a second battery if you so want to. So there we are. That's the end of this little installation, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Hi there. So here's Off-Grid Motorhome Solutions again. Following on from our little battery upgrade, we've just received a new 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. This is a quality product, comes from Germany. It has two AC outlet sockets, has a little readout, on and off switch, and it comes complete with the cables, with a connection lead for a remote panel. The remote panel allows you to switch it on and off, gives you your battery state, and if the battery is low, it will give you a warning. So it looks a pretty substantial bit of kit. It also comes with a warning about the size of battery that you should have to have for a 2000 watt inverter, and they're saying here, indeed, if you have a 2000 watt inverter, you need a minimum of 240 amp hours of battery capacity, and it will only run for 1 hour and 3 minutes. So indeed, The problem with inverters is they're great, but if you use them to their maximum capacity, they really will destroy your batteries in no time at all. But they're ideal for running the microwave for a few minutes, for running two 40-volt appliances like laptop chargers, cycle battery chargers, the low voltage kettle, a little hoover. You can use it for your hair tongs, a small hair dryer, run a little power drills, etc. So for that, they're absolutely perfect. They're really not recommended for doing something like running the aircon, for instance, or trying to, run a fan heater off of it, because the batteries just cannot cope, and you would need such a large charging facility to keep up with it that it really would not be a good idea. So there we are, that's what we've got. We're going to install it in place of our Chinese one, which has served us well, which we're going to put this on test and make sure that it is up to scratch. It costs £360 retail, and we can supply these as part of our upgrade kits, and we'll be evaluating it, making sure that it is something that is worthy of the investment. Okay, see you later. Okay, so we've installed this little inverter in here now, and it all seems to be working fine. We've got a little panel here, which if we then switch it on, it shows up that we've got a full battery and that it is on, and the little readout there gives us the voltage of the battery and the output, which is fine. I don't know whether you can see that here, not very well, but anyway, this is okay. And we've given it a try on the microwave. The microwave is absolutely fine, and our battery voltage is, having used it for the microwave for a little while, it went down to about 12 volts, but now it's recovered to 12.3, 12.7, so we're actually quite happy with that. It's quite a hunky-dory. Ran it for quite a while. The fan didn't actually come on. It's a 600 watts, 800 watts, sorry, on the microwave, so seems to be coping with that very well. There we are. So see you later.